Hello friends, so welcome to Learn from the Leader. So this is the YouTube channel dedicatedly created for the learners who wants to learn RPA Blueprism, and I will upload all the videos into my channel Learn from the Leader. So please subscribe my channel and see the videos regularly to get the proper knowledge about the RPA and its tools. So let us start RPA Blueprism. So what is RPA and what are its tools and what is our Blueprism? So what are the advantages? Is there any limitations? And what are the software requirements? So what are the important services used for Blueprism? How to log in into Blueprism? Look and feel or main page of Blueprism. And all stages. All tabs of Blueprism or modules of Blueprism. So these are all things we are going to explain today, and let us start one by one. So RPA, what is the meaning of RPA? Means robotic process automation. So what all the processes are there in the business? Those all processes can be automated with the help of robots. So robot or bot is nothing but a software that can be installed on human machine, and the process can be started and it will process and it will give the output. So that is the RPA. And so what all are the tools available for RPA? So we have our Blueprism, automation anywhere, UiPath, Work Fusion, Pega, etc. So there are 20 plus tools are available to automate the different kinds of process or different kinds of applications. So that applications might be Windows applications, browser applications, mainframe, Java or Citrix applications, etc. So these all applications we can automate through the whatever the tools are available for under RPA. So what is the version, the present current version using for the Blueprism is the 6.4, and for the tutorial purpose, so currently I am teaching 6.0, so which it is almost similar as 6.4, but it is having 6.4, the version it is having some more features than the 6. The earlier version was 5.0, later on 6.0 came to picture, and now the latest version, the Blueprism company itself, it is using the 6.4. They have released the 6.4. And so what are the versions, and so what are the new features going to release, and so is there any upcoming events, and frequently asked questions, certification details, partner details, licensing details, those all things can be available under portal.blueprism.com. Yes, that is about the RPA and its tools. And what is our Blueprism means? So Blueprism is simply software that can be installed on human's mission. Whoever is required the Blueprism tool that can be installed on the mission, and they can start working on RPA tools. So our Blueprism having its own tools and its own functionalities and its own features, and it can be used to automate the existing processes based on the user's requirement or client requirement. And what it will do, it will mimic the human interactions. It will mimic the human interactions, like clicking on buttons, open the windows, close the windows, attach the files, send the mails, receive the mails. So whatever it may be, whatever the human whatever the as a human that we are interacting with the computer, that we are using the keyboard and mouse clicks, those all things can be automated with the help of our RPA. And what are the advantages of RPA? Why we need to ask the client to go for the automation means, so here we can call as bots. So bots can work 24/7. It won't take any leaves. So obviously as a human we can take a leave and we can take a sick days, and we cannot work more than 8 hours, right? So but unlike the bots can work 24/7, it won't take any sick days and any leaves. So that is the major advantage. And so and one more major advantage is, so there is no need to the human no need to do the boring task and repetitive task. So obviously the bot can do and everything, whatever the thing, whatever the functions doing by the routine activities, those all things can be automated by the help of bots. And we can focus mostly on the tasks which require creativity and decision making. These all things we can focus on that. And one more advantage is it will give the accurate results. Performance is very good. Users can save lots of time and revenue by converting human workforce into a digital workforce. This is the main motto. So it can automate, bots can automate different kinds of applications. So as I told earlier, Windows applications, browser applications, Java applications, mainframe applications, etc. So it can be interact with the different applications, get those all elements and attributes, and make it available for the make it use and available for the Blueprism, and it will make it ready, and it do the process. It execute the process and give the results. So like this we have the many advantages are there. So to make the Blueprism leader in the market, so we have the different tools, but the Blueprism, it is having the more features and more security features and more other features to interact with the different applications for the automations and make our Blueprism leader in the market. And its license is also very expensive, and once the MNC companies buy the license and become the partners, and they can ready to start the application and they can ready to work on the projects. And is there any limitations are there while using the RPA tools? Yes, we have the some limitations. So there is an AHT, average handling time. Average handling time of the application is always depends on the application performance and system performance. So I mean, if the application and system performance is very poor and server bot cannot do anything, it will take the same as much as the user takes. Suppose if you want to download a file, it is taking some 15 to 20 minutes of time. So the same time our bot is also taking. So that's why the average handling time is always depends on the application performance and system performance. And one more is, as of now, the bots cannot automate the tasks which require creativity, judgment, and decision making. So to taking decisions and to judge on the situations and creativity, the humans are required. Humans are required. So these all things cannot be automated as of now. So these are the few limitations. And is there anything changed under the front end? So I mean the buttons, OK button or download button or some calendars, or they have moved from one place to the other place, the position. So then we have to reconfigure our bot and to get the new elements and new attributes of that particular web page. So these are the few limitations of our RPA Blueprism. So what are the software requirements to install a Blueprism software means? So it will support any one of the Windows operating system like Windows XP Service Pack 2 or Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, etc. or any servers also, Windows 2000 or 2008. So these servers also our RPA Blueprism supports, and it needs a SQL Server database, SQL Server 25 or later needs to be installed. Our Blueprism utilizes any one of the database, whether it is a 25 or 28 or 2012 or 2014 or 2016. And .NET framework should be there, that should be minimum 4.0 or later, whether it is a 4.5 or 4.6, or it may be 4.7. So any one of the .NET framework should be installed. So our is developed into the .NET, so that's why it should utilize the .NET framework functionality. So anyhow, MS Office would be there. So we need to interact with the different kinds of Windows applications. That's why any one of the MS Office should be installed. So these all are the prerequisites to install a Blueprism. Once these all things are ready, simply we can install our Blueprism software on our machines by giving the license and and it can be ready to available to do the automations by using the existing tools. And what are the important services utilized for our Blueprism means? There is a SQL Server service, SQL Express, and server browser service. So these all are the two services should be always in running. I mean, it should be set to automatic. So one of those services are not running means our Blueprism, it won't function properly. And how to log in into the Blueprism? Once we install this Blueprism software, so login page would be opened. So we have to give the credentials as by default credentials as admin, and we can log in into the our Blueprism. And after login into our Blueprism, so how it will look and feel and what all are the tabs and what all are the modules available means there is a home tab, studio, analytics or dashboards, control room or control tab, release, release tab, and system. And what all are these tabs and how it can be utilized, I will show you. So let me open our Blueprism, then it can be very easy to you to get the information. So these all are about the RPA and its explanation, RPA, its tools and current versions, and where we can get the more information and frequently asked questions, and what all are the applications it's going to automate, and so what is our Blueprism, and so what all are the software requirements, and so what all are the advantages, and suppose is there any limitations are there, and what are the requirements, and what all are the important services needs to be run for our Blueprism, and what all are the tabs, how it is look and feel, and what are the important tabs available for our RPA Blueprism. So let me log in into our RPA Blueprism, then you can come to know. So after we install the RPA Blueprism software, so there is a one blue color prism can be available on our desktop, and simply we have to log in into it by giving the admin and admin as the credentials, by default credentials. Okay, let me log in into it. So this is the Blueprism login page. Blueprism, this is the version 6 I'm teaching. So we have to, this is the sign in to Blueprism. So automatically the connection, it is the BP connection, and it will ask the username and password. We have to give the admin and admin. Sign in. Yes. So once we sign into it, and we can see home tab and studio, control, analytics, release and system. As we discussed, all these tabs are available for our RPA Blueprism. What is this home means? The home tab, it is contains, so whatever the processes and whatever the business objects that we have created for the RPA Blueprism, those can be showed as a different dashboards, like pie graphs, different graphs like pie graph and bar graphs, like that. How much percentage of a process has been done? These are all things we can view here. And studio tab is the main tab that we can create our diagram in the process studio and object studio as a business flow diagrams like flowcharts. We have the different symbols available to automate our process, like decision symbol, start symbol, end symbol, connectors, action stage, wait stage, read stage, write stage, navigate stage. Those all, by the help of those all stages, we can draw a business flow diagram based on the requirement, and we can make the boards under the studio. And what is this control means? So all our major work is moved to the once it can be available in the studio, and that can be pushed into the control room, that can be published into the control room. All the work can be controlled in the control room by available resources, available processes, and those work queues and all the items can be controlled in the control room. So in our videos we can learn more about these tabs, and the internal things it is available under these tabs. And analytics means it is similar as a home tab. It contains the all the tiles and all the graphs available for the our process, how much process it has been done, and it will get the information from the different data sets, and it is the customizable and auto refreshable. And release tab means, so we can easily guess it. So after it can be ready, after it can be tested, whatever the bots that we have created on fine day, we can move it as into the release as a packages, and it can be tested in the different environment, test environment, production environment, development environment, and it can be coming as a .bp release. And system is, so administrative kind of things can be available under the system tab. So we can maintain the users and the user controls and user access, user permissions, passwords, and licensing information and environment variable creation, work queue creation, web services, etc. So those all and logs and those all things can be available under the system tab. So this is the look and feel of our RPA Blueprism. So let's recall what we learned till now, and it can be very easy to you. So this is my the portal, learn from the leader. So I will post the videos into RPA Blueprism videos into learn from the leader YouTube channel. So please don't forget to watch my videos and get the knowledge about the tool. And introduction. So what is robotic process automation? So I already explained in the notepad. So once you can read the information and get more details about the RPA. Automation of repeatable and rule-based tasks using a software which is installed on user's machine called robot or a bot. The bot is a program to perform the sequence of steps that a human user does. The bot will work exactly like a human user by interacting with the front end of the applications. RPA refers to the automation of repeatable and rule-based tasks. So unlike our traditional automation solutions where coding is done at the back end, in other words, it is not integrated to any of the application rather than what works on the applications itself. And what are the advantages of RPA? The biggest advantages is the user no need to do the repetitive, routine, and boring tasks. Rather than they can focus more on creativity, decision making, and judgment. The RPA we can use the IT existing infrastructure without making any changes. So whatever the existing infrastructure is there, the same we can utilize. Our RPA Blueprism can be utilized. Robots can work 24/7. Bots can work across multiple platforms like Windows, browser, Java, and mainframe applications. One bot can be trying to do more than one process at different schedules. So we have the schedules available in the control room. By the help of the schedules, we can schedule the developer bot. Client can save lots of time and money to convert the manual workforce to the digital workforce. RPA can improve efficiency and accuracy as human errors are avoided. Is there any limitations? Yes, we have discussed it. Let's see it. The AHT is always depends on the application and infrastructure, system performance. And bots cannot take decisions and judge on situations, and bots cannot be creative. So the tasks which require judgment, decision making, and creativity cannot be automated with RPA tools. Is there any application interface changes? The bot needs to be reconfigured. So this is the example. And what is our exact Blueprism? It's a software that can be installed on human's computer. It will do the sequence of steps mimic what human does. This could be as simple actions like launching an applications and open the windows, clicking on the buttons, or some complex operations like OCR concept. So how we can do this how we can make the business flow diagram is by the help of business flow diagram. The flowchart is configured to do a specific action. We can learn Blueprism to develop RPA solutions based on client requirements. So it is not prerequisite to the knowledge of coding. So but it is an advantage. So if you already we knew the programming knowledge like Java or .NET. So our RPA can be developed in .NET. So as of now our RPA Blueprism has been developed in VB scripting. But there is an option if you have already having the knowledge in C Sharp, J Sharp and VB. So you can write your own code and you can deploy that libraries and DLLs into it by the help of there is a code stage. It is available for our Blueprism. You can deploy it and make it available for the Blueprism. And what all other supported operating system we discuss. So it should be Windows XP Service Pack 2 or later, Windows Server 2000 SP4 or later, on .NET Framework and SQL Server 25 or later. And what are the important services needs to be run for Blueprism is SQL Server, SQL Express, browser services. These two services should be in running states and it should make it as automatic. And this is the login page. So by default, we have to give the admin and admin as username and password and login into the Blueprism. Once we log in into the Blueprism, so this is the home page, the look and feel of our RPA Blueprism. It contains home, studio, control, analytics, release, and system tabs. And we have seen. So what are the modules? So as I explained, we have the different 6 modules available for RPA Blueprism. First tab is the home tab. The first page that shows up when you sign it to the Blueprism and it displays the default dashboard to use the set under the dashboard module. And next is the studio, the place where we can create the automate process flowcharts, creating business project objects that will interact with other applications and configure the elements of the flowcharts to do a specific action. And the studio tab is having the process studio and object studio. We can see in upcoming videos in detail. The next tab is says control is called the control room. This is the place where we can implement and control the process that we have designed and created in the studio module. This is also the place where we schedule the process, manage queues and sessions, allocate resources, which is basically the computers that are running in Blueprism. Then we have the analytics tab where we can create dashboards with blocks of graphs and charts called tiles that are dynamically generated from different datasets. These charts are self-refreshing and customizable. And then release tab is there to release manager module where we can create packages and release files so that we can move the code between various environments, development, testing, and production. Finally, we have the system tab, so which is the system manager module, and the purpose of this primarily to provide system admin functionalities like user account management, setting up environment variables, storing and managing credentials, maintaining audit log, licensing information, etc. So once we give the name for the process in the process studio, object studio, our bot is look like this, and it is having all the existing tools to create the business flow diagram based on the requirement, and it is having the all debugging tools for debugging the bot. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel to view the upcoming videos for RPA Blueprism. Thank you, and thank you so much.